Okay guys, so as you can see, I've got one of the 3D printed silver bullets here from lockful.com. As you can see, it actually looks pretty good actually. Obviously I chose the gold coloured one, which I thought was really kind of cool. And obviously the picking tip is pretty much perfect. I believe it's all machined out of one piece, and I believe the actual tension tool is probably silver soldered on. But listen, what I thought we'd do, I thought we'd pick a lock with it first. I thought we'd go for the ABIS 8850 with the ABIS Plus core in, which will be quite a challenge for it. And then I thought we'd come back and I'll tell you what I think and tips and tricks to actually get this thing working absolutely perfectly. Listen, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then please hit that subscribe button and that bell icon, and you'll see every video as it's uploaded. Okay guys, so as you can see, we've got the ABIS 8850 in the device. So I'll just quickly show you it's working. Just get the key in there, that's fine. Okay, as you can see, it's working. So of course we've got it all locked up. And of course we'll rotate all the discs clockwise as far as they will go. And of course we'll get the 3D printed silver bullet in place. Okay, so obviously bottom tensioning. So get right to the bottom. Very light to medium tension, so not a great deal. I hope you can see just what I'm doing there. Just a little bit of tension there, and then we can start going through. Okay, so that actually feels like it's in the gate already. Okay, just keep the pick nice and straight. Okay, so what I do, I tend to go, obviously because all the discs are rotated clockwise, so of course I can feel each disc there, and then when I know I'm on the disc, just go through and just click, 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 and then you've got a little wiggle. Okay, that feels fine. Okay, feels fine. That feels fine. Obviously I have picked this lock before, so I'm quite familiar with the lock. Okay, that feels fine. Feels fine. Feels fine. Okay, let's just quickly go through before the children walk through the door. See if we can get it open. There you go, so not too bad. That's it open. Of course, we'll go through. I'll tell you what I think about this in the next part. Okay guys, so there you go, the 3D printed silver bullet in action there on the ABIS 8850, as you saw there. So it made pretty light work of that. Now the pros and cons, tips and tricks, I think. Obviously the picking tip and the tensioner tip are absolutely sublime. This I believe is made out of one piece, so it's been machine made. Absolutely perfect, and I've tried it on the ABIS Plus, the Gerda HSS, the ABIS Granite, and also I think I've got a baton lock as well. Worked absolutely flawlessly. And it's all because it's all made out of one piece. You're not going to get any problems with it at all. The picking tip, the picking tensioner there as well. Once again, absolutely perfect. Love the design of it, and I believe it's silver soldered on, so you're not going to get any problems there as well. Absolutely faultless. The 3D printing, once again, is a little bit sketchy if I'm being honest. As you can see there, it's not perfect, and for $100, if I'm being honest with you, I expected it to be perfect. The 3D sort of the actual DIY side of it, it's not the easiest thing to do, I must say, but at the end of the day, there are plenty of videos from lockful.com explaining how to put it together, and if you follow those instructions absolutely to the letter, then you will get this thing working pretty good. Just make sure, obviously, when you put the inserts in, they go absolutely perfect. Obviously I missed that one slightly, but I managed to straighten it up, and it works absolutely flawlessly. My tips for this side of it, which obviously takes the tensioner. Obviously you can see this one went in perfectly well. This one here did go in perfectly well, but as I've started to tighten it up against the tensioner, then obviously it's just pushed through. But once again, in the video, I've left the link up in there. They say just to heat the plastic up and just to move it across over the actual insert, and it will stop it from pushing out, and it has done. My tip, as you can see, it's very, very smooth, which for two pieces of plastic I think is very good. But I've put like a wax coat, a beeswax coat right the way through on the inside of this and also on the outside of that, and it's made the actual connection very, very smooth, and I feel you get a lot better feedback from doing it that way. Once again, when you actually put the thing together, just make sure you hold it as square as possible when you actually put the actual grub screws in, and you must make sure all the plastic is removed. As you put these inserts in, then obviously it pushes the plastic into the center. Now I've got to be honest with you, it's a nuisance to get it out, but persevere with it. Make sure all the plastic has been removed from inside of this this chamber here, and then obviously your tension tip will go in smoothly. There's a little hole just at the back end of this where it inserts into this, and then obviously you can tension it up equally and get yourself a nice sort of slidey sort of finish there. So just make sure that all the actual plastic's removed, make sure it's tight. The other thing I've done is on the other top side of this, obviously I've just made it flat, so the grub screws are actually pinching up on a flat surface, which once again gives it a very, very strong feel. So if you do that, clean all the plastic out, make sure it's in nice and square, put the wax coat around there, and you find you've got a pretty good tool. And as you've seen by the Avis 8850, obviously it did work pretty well at all, and yeah, that went pretty well. Of course the feedback is not going to be as good as it is if it was made out of aluminium or copper or brass, but you wouldn't expect it to anyway. But as far as bottom tensioning locks concerned, you can pick them with this, and it's a fun tool, if I'm being honest with you. $100 is a lot of money, especially when you've got the 3D printing to this sort of standard. As I said, I do expect it to be a bit better than that, but that's my major concern. It is fiddly to put together, so persevere with it. As I said, the link for the lockforward.com video, I highly recommend watching it before you buy one, and if you have bought one already, watch it again, because the tips and tricks there to actually get this thing put together are perfect. And if you get it all together nicely, then of course you've got a very smooth operating 3D printed silver bullet, which is a lot cheaper than the original sort of metal version. Hope that helps. Like I say, it's a fun lock, and obviously I'll be picking a few more locks very shortly with it. Listen guys, have a great day.